Hi everyone, welcome back to the Lemon Abroad. Today I have made a map of Palermo so I can show you how to get around. Palermo is a very easy city to get around because you basically have in the historic center, okay, three main thoroughfares, and it can be divided up easily into four districts. So just to note on the map, Palermo kind of looks like this on a tilt. So just kind of adjust it a little bit so we can see clearly. So here we have the water, we have the sea, okay? And then we have a main thoroughfare here that is primarily a pedestrian street. There are some cars and motorbikes that go through, but it's not like a main driving street. This is Via Vittorio Emanuele. This street runs from the Porta Felice, which is one of the historic gates of the city, all the way down to the Porta Nuova, which is another gate. And keep in mind that the historic center of Palermo is quite walkable, and I would say small enough to walk around, because from here to here will take you about a half hour. Running through this street, you're going to find the Quattro Canti, which is a monument here, basically meaning the four corners. If you stand in this walkway, you can see that if you look in any direction, there's going to be a neighborhood here, a neighborhood here, a neighborhood here, a neighborhood here. Up towards the water, we have Kalsa. Kalsa is the artsy area, very cute. Lots of handmade artisan shops, cute little bars, lovely area. In Kalsa, you have Piazza Marina, which is a nice little garden area. You also have up towards here the Piazza Pretoria, which is where you have the Fontana della Vergogna. You have Piazza Bellini with some of the famous churches. And you also run into the sea where you have the Foro Italico, which is a nice walkway. Towards the other neighborhood, you have a neighborhood that's known as La Loggia. And one of the most famous attractions in this neighborhood is the Vucciria market. You also have La Cala, which is a small harbor, a little horseshoe-shaped harbor where you'll find boats. Here we have one of the main thoroughfares, which is Via Roma. Via Roma, you can also drive cars down. Keep in mind, though, that if you're in the historic center and you're renting a car, you need to pay attention to the ZTL. On Via Roma, you have the 101 bus, the Centuno bus, that runs back and forth to the central station. You also have the airport bus that runs along this street. And you can also take the Centuno bus to get to the 806 bus, which takes you to the beach in Mondello. So this is a good bus line to know. Parallel to that, you have Via Maqueda, which is one of the other main thoroughfares of the city, but it is mainly a pedestrian thoroughfare. Of course, be careful always because there are cars, sometimes delivery trucks, but it is mainly a walking street. Like on Via Vittorio Emanuele, you'll find several restaurants that have tables outside, shops, pharmacies, things like that. Via Maqueda finishes at Teatro Massimo, after which it changes its name, but it keeps going. For example, you can keep walking down that street. It changes its name to Via Ruggero Settimo. You can find many different clothing shops there, like popular clothing shops like OVS, H&M. And it also runs then to the piazza with the Teatro Politeama. And then Via Maqueda, Via Ruggero Settimo becomes Via Libertà, and on and on and on. Via Libertà is also a nice area with some high-end shops and really nice trees, nice place to go. Okay, but back to this historical center. Standing at Quattro Canti, let's look in the other direction. We have the Albergheria neighborhood that is characterized by the Ballarò market, a very long market that you can walk through, mostly a food market, but also there is the second-hand market there as well. If you walk more towards Porta Nuova, you have the Palazzo Reale, you have the Cappella Palatina, very nice places to visit. And after which you can also find Piazza Indipendenza. This is where you can take the bus if you want to go visit Monreale. It is after that. And to the last corner, we have Monte di Pietà neighborhood, in which you will find the Capo market, and you will find the Cathedrale of Palermo, the magnificent cathedral. Walking from this end here, let's say from Teatro Massimo to the Stazione Centrale, is about 20 minutes. So, the historical center of Palermo is extremely walkable. You can see much of this even in a few days, even one day maybe, if you know where you're going and know what you want to see. So let me know if this was helpful and what part of Palermo you'd like to see next or you'd like to see more of.